Hey guys, it's Tango Oscar Mike. Not actually doing POTA today. I have a lot of yard work to do. We're going to be getting some storms, so I need to get the grass cut and do some other stuff. Maybe do some trimming down in the woods, clearing some of the area that I use for hunting down in the woods. It's quite overgrown. Little things here and there, so we'll see. I might be able to do some POTA in the backyard later. Maybe do some POTA hunting or something like that. I have some other experiments I need to do with the solar panel and the solar controller. I have another solar controller that I want to try. It's not compact, but I'm just curious if I get the same noise with all the solar controllers I have in the same setup or different. I also have another Powerwerx solar controller. I have the bigger one, which is in a metal case, and maybe that might be better too. So it's not as light as the little one, but the little one seems to be making noise. So maybe we'll be able to test that, but it's kind of overcast. But I don't need the solar panel to test it. As you saw, as soon as I plug it into the battery, I get the noise. So with that, I'm going to get to doing some yard work. Hi guys, it's Tango Oscar Mike. It's been a long day of cutting grass and doing some other chores around the house that needed to be done. But I'm out now. I'm going to do a little playing, doing some follow-up on the solar panel issue. I had some comments, one from a friend of mine, a member of our club, actually the president of our club. He said that he was using a simple antenna and wasn't noticing the noise. I was using an end fed during my last test. He said he wasn't getting any noise at all. So I'm back out again, and I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I have going on. Okay, so I've got my KX2, and I'm using my linked dipole that I have up. I'm on 40 meters. And on a clear frequency, I have about an S2 noise. Let me find a clear frequency here. Yeah, I have about a S1, S2 noise with nobody else on the frequency, no static or anything like that. Actually, it's dropping down to like an S1. But there's some static crashes in the background. Yeah, it's dropping down to S1, S2. Now, this is the Powerwerx solar controller that I tested before. I don't have the solar panel hooked up. I am just connecting to the battery. So here's my 3 amp hour battery. This is the power cord to the radio, and this is the charge cable. If I plug in the charge cable, just so I'm powering the solar controller, let me turn the volume up so you can hear. Trying to find a clear frequency. So I do hear some of the noise in the background. When you want a clear frequency, you can't find one. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now I can definitely hear it. It doesn't seem to be as bad as it was before. There's definitely noise when I plug it in though. I don't know if you can hear. My noise level is a steady S2 with the charger controlled, charger plugged in. If I touch the charger, it's S3 if I'm handling it. If I set it down and don't touch it, lots of static crashes. This is going to be hard, but S2, S3, and if I unplug it, let's see. I am S2, S1. So this is definitely generating some noise. Now, I also have the larger Powerwerx solar controller. This one I think is good for up to 300 amps. It's in a metal body to help dissipate the heat. Let's see if that does any different. There's a little bit. If I, no. It's S1 noise level, and I'm touching it. And I'm still seeing it drop down to S1. So this one seems to be okay, but it's, you know, twice the weight of the other Powerwerx solar controller. So this is a Bioenno solar controller. It's actually lighter than this one, even though it's smaller. It's much lighter. Might be able to take these ears off. Actually, that's the whole back panel to make this a little smaller. Let's try plugging this in and see if we get anything. Well, it's dropping, the noise level is dropping down to S1, and this one has a display on it, so you can see the voltage and everything. So I might end up start carrying this one around, even though it's bigger. It is lighter. And it's a little heavier than this one, but it's definitely lighter than that one. And it has the meter built in, so I wouldn't even need a meter. Now this one though is a PWM, right? PWM controller. Where the other two are MPPTs. So as you know, the MPPT adjusts the voltage coming in to make the current higher, so the battery charges faster, right? You can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but that's my understanding of it. So I could use this one for now. It definitely seems to be less noise with that one. No noise with this one. Let's see. I am getting some noise now. On the band, let me find another. Lots of static crashes. We are supposed to be getting some storms later on tonight. Yeah, so right there, I'll drop down to an S1, S2. So it's bouncing back and forth. Plug in the Bioenno. This is, if I didn't say that, this is a Bioenno solar controller. Wait for the static crashes to stop. And S1. S1 noise level. So this one appears to be good. Let's try this one again. And I am plugging into the battery. I just dropped down to S1 noise level. But if I touch it, I got S3, solid S3 noise. I mean, I can set it down and not touch it, but yeah, I'm dropping down to S2, S1 on occasion, but it's more S2. So this one is generating a little bit of noise, especially if I touch it. Maybe, you know, if I have it near me. Yeah, you can just hear that generating noise. Let's try the larger one again. Doesn't seem to make a difference if I touch it or not. I would have to change these out for Anderson power poles. And now somebody's on the frequency. Let me go in the extra band. Yeah, so lots of static. I'm at, I will see it drop down to S1 noise. So this one, good. This would be my last option. And I might give this to the other guy, Joe. Maybe I can have him try it and see what he gets with his setup. This one seems to be okay. And the Bayueno seems to be okay. Now the question is, how much power will I get out of that one, or how much power will I get out of that one out of the solar panel? Like I said, I'd have to change this to Anderson's to be able to test that. But this one definitely seems to have issues. This one is definitely having issues. So that one, I may just go with this PWM solar controller when I'm out in the field. It is light. Again, it's definitely feels lighter than this one. I'll have to weigh it and see. But between these two, you know, so maybe the metal housing is stopping that interference. It's the same thickness cables, or maybe there is something wrong with this one. I think these are filled. Like, I believe this is like, there's putty or something. I believe this is completely filled. I might be wrong. Maybe they just have part of it filled. So it's weatherproof. This one's the same way on the back, but that one seems to be okay. If I can find a clear frequency. Yeah, I'm down to S1 noise level. So I think that one might be okay. This does have a USB charger on it as well. So this might actually be used. USB output is 5 volts, 1 amp max. Rated current is 20 amps. Rated voltage is 12 volts to 24 volts. This is the WP20D. I think I paid 40 or 50 bucks for this one from Bayueno when I bought a battery. I had a 50-watt rigid panel that I used to use. I still use it. So this one has the display and everything. Even though it's a little bulky, it might be worth using. It might be worth taking. Hi guys, it's Tango Oscar Mike. I'm out in the backyard doing some testing again with the solar controller. I've got some feedback from a few people, and I wanted to try a couple of other things just to make sure I wasn't giving out any false information. So I have this is the Powerwerx solar controller. It's an MPPT controller, and I believe it's good for up to 150 watts of solar input. So I have that. I also have this one. This is also a Powerwerx solar controller. This one's in a metal case. It's a lot heavier, and it is good for 300 watts of solar input. So this is a much bigger one. You know, but same thing, MPPT controller. And I have this one. This is a Bayueno solar controller. This is a PMW solar controller. I believe that's what it is. It's PMW, right? PMW solar controller. It has a display on it, and it also has a USB port. So even though this is a little bigger, if I want to display with the other two to see what's happening, I have to use a separate power meter. And if I want to charge something via USB, I have to use a separate USB adapter. This USB is only good for 1 amp, so you can't run like a Raspberry Pi or anything like that on it, but it's enough to charge your cell phone or any other small USB device you might have. 1 amp should be plenty for that. So I'm going to try all of these. I've done a little testing here just to see what was going on. And I found out some more stuff. So there's a couple of QSO parties going on right now, and it's been really hard to find a clear frequency. But when I do, I'm getting about an S1 noise level. So almost no noise at all. Yeah, S1, there's a lot of static crashes. There's no clear frequencies on 70. So maybe this will do. Yep, I have an S1 noise level. So if I plug this in to the battery connector to provide power to the solar controller, I don't get any noise unless I touch it. So now I have an S3 noise level. I'll turn it up. If I let go of it, the noise level drops back down. But I'm still about a S2. Oh, there's noise on the channel now. So I'm still at an S2 noise level. If I set this down on the ground, my noise level goes up again. So I'm back up to a S3 noise level. It's almost the same as if I touch it. And I'm sure you can hear that. So again, this solar controller still seems to be having issues. So I tried this solar controller. This is the other Powerwerx. I plug it in. I don't get anything. No noise. I can squeeze this. Nothing. My noise levels pretty much stay the same. So this one seems to be okay, and I've tried a bunch of different things, and this one seems to be okay, using all my short cables and everything. This one's in a metal housing, as I said. I guess this is for cooling. If you're pushing, 300 watts of solar energy into this, you might need that cooling. I don't know. The Bioenno solar controller. Plug it in. It is reading 3.2 volts. I don't think this does watts. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't do amperage. So you don't know how much power you're getting to your battery. But with this one hooked up, again, I'm touching it, waiting for static to stop, and no noise is being generated on the radio. Let me try to find another. Yeah, I'm like an S1 noise touching it. I'm hearing static crashes, of course, but when I'm not, it's down to an S1 noise level with this. So this actually, right now to me, even though it's a PMW solar controller, or PWM, I can't remember. He's going nuts, or just deer in the yard. The MPPT adjusts the voltage level to increase the maximum amps to your battery for faster charging. That's my understanding. The PMW doesn't do that, and I've tested these two against each other, actually. I've tested these two against each other, and this one does provide more amperage from your solar panel. So I would like an MPPT. I kind of like the idea. I kind of like having the meter and the amp meter. I think Bioenno does make an MPPT controller. I'll have to check when I go in and see how much that is compared to the Buddy Pool. The Buddy Pool Power Mini, which looks like a fantastic unit. I think it's $150. I'd be curious to compare the weight of this one to the weight of that one. One thing nice about this one too, if I wanted to charge lead acid batteries, you can change the programming on it and change lead acid batteries. I think you can do that with the Buddy Pool's Power Mini as well. You cannot do it with these. These are specifically designed to use with Bioenno batteries. So they're kind of limited in what they can do. I really wish this one would have worked. If this would have worked, and it does work, it just generates some noise. I could have lived with this out in the field with no screen or meter or anything on it. This is a little heavier than this one, but not much. I think this is pretty hollow. They could probably make this a lot smaller. It would be nice to see the amperage on this unit, but it does not display the amperage. It shows volts coming in. But that's all it really shows. It just shows the voltage of the battery. And when you hook a solar panel to it, it'll show you that as well. But that's all it really gives you. It really doesn't give you anything else. So, well, there you have it. Again, this one I still think there's something wrong with this one. The larger one works. For me to use it though, I would have to change this to Anderson power poles, which I need for my solar panel. It's a lot heavier, obviously. I'll post a screen with the weights of all of these on it, and what the claimed weight of the Buddy Pull Power Mini is, just out of curiosity. This is pretty big. It's bulky, but it's not that bad. It has these aluminum ears on it for mounting. You can't take it off because this whole back panel is one piece of aluminum. I mean, I guess I could take this off of here and take a grinder and shave these down to, you know, make it a little bit more packable, maybe, without these sharp edges. Maybe save a wee little tiny bit of weight. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna mess with it. But I may take this one for the time being until I find something else better. I really don't want to take this one. This one seems a lot heavier in the hand compared to this one, and this one has more. If I take this one, I need to take a well, I don't have to, but I could take a separate power meter and a USB charger, a USB adapter to charge my phone. With this one, I don't have to do that. So this definitely seems like the lightest option. Maybe not the most efficient, but the lightest option. So, but there you have it, a little more in-depth on the solar controller. I do have somebody that has one of these and says that he does not get any noise from his, which is, you know, shocking to me. And he's a member of my club, so I may try to give him this one and ask him to compare this one to his and see what if it's the same, if he notices any noise with it or not. If he doesn't, then I would love to try his with my radio and my setup and see if I hear the noise. But definitely hear something when you plug it in. You definitely get some noise from it. It does seem okay when I suspend it in the air. When it's suspended in the air, even though I'm touching the wire, I'm holding it in the air, there's no noise. At least it doesn't appear to be no noise. The band's really noisy right now. But if I set it on the ground, you can hear me setting it down on the ground. I'm getting about an S3 noise level as opposed to an S1 noise level. And if I touch it, if I touch it, I get the noise. Definitely. If I set it on my backpack, it doesn't appear to be any noise. But I don't want to take that chance when I'm out in the field. So yeah, I think I'm gonna set this one aside until I can test it. Maybe make sure that it's working, or you know, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to open this up and see what's inside. But I think you can. I don't know if you can see all the sealant that's in here. I think they squirt this full of sealant and fill it up. But nope, I think that's all for now. If I think of anything else that I can test or do with it, I'll do it. If you think there's something else I should try, please put it in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and you know, we'll keep going with what we know so far, and see what other options that are out there. whether it's the Buddy Pull Power Mini or something cheaper that might be a little bit bigger, bulkier maybe, but you know, cheap is always good in my book, if it works. Cheap is good if it works. So that's all I have. This is Tango Oscar Mike 73. Take care.
Tango Oscar Mike.
Oh, if you're curious of my setup out here, this is how I had everything set up. I'm right here on my the chair. I have my Soda Beams compact travel mast up with the link die pull going down over to there. 3 guy lines down low, which I've never had any problems with. But as you can see, that, I don't know if you can see it with the tree there, but that is bent over pretty well. And it's because of that large ballon up there. That's something I definitely need to change. I definitely need to get rid of that big ballon and put something smaller there. But I'm whooped. I'm going to break everything down, go get a shower, maybe have a little ice cream, and watch some TV or some videos, who knows. Tango Oscar Mike 73. Take care.